Hey you guys, welcome to Conversations with Cora. I of course am Cora. If you don't know me and you're watching for the first time, thank you so very much and I hope you come back. If you do know me, thank you and bring some new people. I hope you guys continue to subscribe, to this page. I started the YouTube channel Conversations with Cora out after I had attempted to do it a couple of times through my Facebook Live. I'm no Oprah, I'm no Iyanla, but they are my girls and I love them dearly, like I'm inspired by them. But I wanted to have the opportunity to just be an everyday person who opened the door to communicate with somebody, no matter how far or close they are, and just see what, throw it out there and just see what comes back type of thing. So what you'll see is that every so often I'll come on here and I'll bring a topic and I'll just kind of talk about it and see where it goes. You guys have the opportunity to leave comments, of course, because it's YouTube, or you can send me a message by email at conversationswithcora@gmail.com. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you, if you have any ideas or suggestions or just something that's burning that you feel like, listen, I need to hear about this. I need the world to speak about this. Let me know and we'll bring it to the table. So now the introductions are out of the way, I will start by telling you that the conversation I want to have today is not one that is necessarily an easy conversation to have. It is important that we have it, and I was originally going to say if you've got young people, you might not want to share this with them, but you know what? I'm not even going to say that because I do think it's one of those conversations that even our young people need to have. So with that being said, today we're going to talk about suicide. Of course, in the last week or two, we've had 2 celebrities who have taken their lives. And before I go any further, I just want to make sure that I extend my condolences and show my respect to the families of Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade. And just know that our hearts are with you. My heart is with you. I'm going to share a story with you guys, and I hope that it in some way is inspiring and opens the door for us to communicate one to another and reach one another, and maybe give someone the courage to reach out and make a different choice. So several years ago, I knew a young lady who was a teen parent. That in and of itself, right, is an oxymoron. How can you be a teen and how can you be a parent? Teenagers are believed to be those who are the least methodical about what they do. They don't have a lot of, they're still learning the independence to be independent and appropriately independent. They are learning and creating boundaries. They are pushing the boundaries. They are learning to relate one to another and do that appropriately. And those are all the things that as a parent, obviously, the parent's role is to navigate that place, which would mean they would have had those experiences in order to be able to do that. So again, that teen parent thing for me will always be an oxymoron of a statement, because I believe you have to choose. Now that can be another conversation, and certainly if somebody wants to discuss that, we can do that all day long. Excuse me, I keep getting this one piece of hair that keeps going in my eye. It's driving me nuts. Anyways, I'm back. Teen parent, trying to figure out life, trying to navigate the world, understand their emotions, go from a high school kid to a college kid. How do I become successful, and how do I raise this child, and I don't even own a car, those type of things were going on with this young person. They found themselves in a situation where they were living at home, beautiful child, intelligent, going to school, going to church, living life, doing all those things that, from the outside, the world would say that they had their stuff together. And I think on some level, she did have her stuff together. I don't think she knew how together her stuff was. And when I say that, I mean, I don't think that I think there's this thing about comparison, and shout out to my Pastor Brandon, who tells you there is that it's a sin to compare, and there's no win in comparison. But as a young person, you see either everybody is doing well for themselves, or they're not moms and they're not dads and I am, so I'm different, or everybody's gone off to college and I'm not off at college because I have a kid, or this person has a brand new car, I don't. You know, all the comparisons that young people do. But the truth of the matter is, I think all of us have our stuff. Everybody is dealing with something. Maybe because there was so much time comparing what they thought somebody else was doing better or having more freedom about, they didn't really realize that those people had their own things going on as well. And I think that happens a lot with people. I don't want to negate the fact that mental illness is real. I do want you to understand that I fully support mental health awareness, and I certainly have a lot of individuals who I think are awesome and work in the mental health field. And should you find yourself in a position where you are truly suffering from a mental illness that is untreated, or that you feel like your treatment has not been effective, I am not a psychiatrist, I am not a psychologist, and I don't want you to use this conversation to be the one that tells you whether or not you should take medication or you should continue your therapy or whatever those things are. I hope that you do continue to pursue those things. They are as real and as necessary as inhalers are for individuals who have asthma, and glasses are for those who can't see. So don't negate that. This is just really, truly, again, a conversation. So back to the story. This young lady found themselves in a position where it felt like everything was crashing down around them, and made a decision that it was time to go. And not go to the store, not go visit some friends or go on a vacation, but it was time to exit this world. This young lady took the opportunity to take a bottle of pills and go to sleep, hoping that they would have that forever slumber. Thankfully, that attempt was unsuccessful. And thankfully, she can sit before you today and say, hey, hey y'all. And I'm sure most of you knew that was coming, but I remember coming to and hearing a voice say to me, your problems don't go away, you do. It was the most defining moment for me as an 18-year-old to recognize that what I thought would be this moment where I would alleviate my little kid of this mom who had no idea what she was doing and probably should have never given birth to her or should have had her adopted, because who in the world would let her be somebody's mom? This young person who felt like, how can I be a mom, but I live with my own mom, and I have this little job, and I couldn't afford to live by myself if I wanted to, and I don't know what career path I want to take. I don't know. I just want to be able to go to the parties and hang with my friends, and my friends don't have kids. Not all of them did. I had a few that had kids, but you know, most of the majority, obviously, of teenagers were being teenagers, and I was a mom, and I think I was in a relationship or had been in a relationship, and it didn't go, it wasn't a promising relationship. It didn't go well. It ended, obviously, and it had nothing and everything to do with all of those things. So I was not clinically diagnosed with depression. I'm not clinically diagnosed with depression today. I do believe I had a moment of depression, and I had a moment in my life where I feared what was next. I feared could I be good to this little kid? And I feared that nobody would love me because I was somebody's mom already. And who wants a girl with a kid? And with every attempt to love somebody else, no matter if it was just over because it was over, that feeling of it ending so kind of put a nail in the coffin for me that, see, you're not going to have anybody. And I swallowed those pills thinking, I'll just go rest. And this will be the end. And my mom will take care of my kid. And all that has hurt me, all that has troubled me will be gone. So to wake up and hear, your troubles don't go, you do. Truly let me know, one, that somebody was hearing me, because that voice was not mine. And two, that I was not alleviating the world of me and my troublesome nature, me and my decisions, poor or misguided or whatever. I was leaving the world to handle and clean up my troubles. And that might sound kind of harsh, but I think it's important, if there's anybody watching this who's contemplating the thought of suicide, that you understand that as much as right now in this second you don't feel like anybody in the world loves you, you don't feel like anybody in the world would miss you, the moment you're gone, you don't have the opportunity to find out if that's the case. It's gone. You're gone. And your family will be here trying to understand why and explain it to others. Maybe if you have children, or your husband or your wife or your significant other will be trying to figure out, where do I go from here? If it's financial stuff, then likely something about that financial situation is going to fall a burden onto someone else. So if it's about love, if the person who leaves you or isn't with you or can't be with you or whatever it is, if they really love you, truly really love you, the pain that you leave with them is not a resolution to the problem of you guys not being able to be together. It's just you're gone. I had to sit in that for a minute. I'm thankful, every day, because I was 18 years old. My daughter was 3 years old. Today, I'm way past 18. She's way past 3. And I've seen myself accomplish some goals, like having a career, going to school, and I've seen her go to school, and none of those things would have happened, or they would have happened for her maybe, just I wouldn't have been able to be a part of them. My advice to you, if you're feeling like suicide is your only answer, is to respond by telling you it's the only one that's not worth it. It's the only one that robs you of seeing your potential. It's the only one that robs you of seeing past whatever dark space you're in today. It's the only one that robs your family and your loved ones of the opportunity to respond to you and say, it's never that bad. We do love you. I do love you. I do care. And I want to be there for you. So, with that being said, I hope that me sharing my personal story with you opens the door to somebody to know that today you can put whatever that is down. You can put down that lie of not being good enough. You can put down the pills that you have decided or thought about, contemplated taking, to show that you can, if you are a family member or a friend and you have somebody in your life that you are worried about, thinking that they might be one of those individuals that to the outside looks like everything is going well and wow, what a strong person they are. Yeah, everybody's right. Check on those folks. But more importantly, show up and be transparent with one another. Okay, strong folks, say you're not strong. Say today, I'm not feeling strong. Today, I feel like crap. Today, I'm not happy. Matter of fact, for 2 flipping weeks, I don't feel good. Whatever. Say that. That's where your strength is. Friends be the type of friends, and then family be the type of family that whatever that person is going through, that you pay attention and listen to whether or not there's anything you need to say, or if you just need to be present. We walk through this world so often being consumed about our own situation and our own needs and our own families that we don't look for each other anymore. There's no lights going off for one another. And it's my hope that Conversations with Cora is not just a place where you can come for a little entertainment. It's a place where you can say, I want to touch. I want to touch someone else, or I need a touch from somebody. And I hope that those of you who do watch or subscribe, that you relay the message to your family and friends, and that they watch and subscribe, and that you do reach out to me, because my hope is that I grow my village. It takes a village to raise children, they say, but I think it takes a village to raise up a society, to nurture each other. None of us are in this world as a single entity. We all do need to connect. That is a very decent and basic part of human nature. So I hope that something about this video has been helpful to you, and I hope to hear from you, and I'll be back before you know it. And thank you for hanging out with me. If you are a person, again, who is contemplating the idea of suicide, I want you to know that there is hope, there is help, and there is a tomorrow. And this is not the end unless you choose to make it the end. And I hope that you hold that one thought that came to me true to yourself, that when you leave, not your problems. They still remain. So please don't leave. I want to see you. I want to know you made it, and I want you to be able to touch the next person so that they know they can make it. Why? Because I did. Because I have. So, again, thank you guys for watching. I hope to see you around. See you real soon. Let's try this again. And again, you can reach me at conversationswithcora@gmail.com, or leave a comment in the comment section, and I will be looking at them. I will be looking for us to communicate. Have a good one, guys.